ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. I'm Eddie Pixel, I'm here with Fogged, and we are currently midway through the series of Fnatic versus the beautiful boys on Geek Fam, which is at game 1, and you have a prediction, right? So I will award you one of the points here on my beautiful chalkboard.
You went for Tiny. I don't blame you. I almost went with a Tiny too, but I was like Abed Invoker. I had faith in it, and DJ on Sand King. It was looking good.
As I said, I wanted to see a little bit more of a clash with the lineup the Geek Fam had.
Yeah, they never
really got it, because I think, you know, Fnatic played smart. They never really handed it to them. They never were really running in with 5 heroes at all. They're very good with their positioning and the team fights and the way that they split them up as well.
And they waited till and then when they did group up, it was like, oh, they're all BKB. They all just, you know, they're all golden. They're all fine. They don't care about the combos anymore. So
impressive stuff from Fnatic in game 1. Geek Fam, I don't know if they'll necessarily try something that's sort of on the same lines as that, or at the least they'll certainly, I don't know which heroes they'll take away, but I'm sure we'll see them ban some of the heroes that Fnatic played. I mean,
Sand King seems absurd. I don't know. Now it seems like in the SCA region, I mean, they've been banning out the Razor and stuff, but, you know, we went from this, like, what was it? In CIS, we were seeing the Disruptor Naga and stuff a bit, and Phantom Lancer being abused heavily. Then we saw in South America, it was Razor was not being banned, it was being first pick and winning, like, every single game. Yeah. Now, SCA, it does seem like Sand King seems to be kind of the jam between all these teams. So I think maybe we'll see a prioritized change for that one, at least for me.
Yeah.
Does seem like it does. It's been doing just a bit too much. That hard stun.
Wow.
They're going to have to...
are ready to find out what they're going to ban in game 2.
And as we see, look at this.
Oh, okay, we'll do this.
Right away.
Well, I think we pressed the wrong button. We pressed the wrong button. No, that was my bad.
That's cool. We don't. You can stay seeing us. It's fine. I know you don't want.
Yeah, we're doing it again. Are we good?
No, we're good.
We're good.
I
think we're good.
So
Fnatic on the screen. We're good.
Fnatic doesn't have first pick, so they ban that Sand King. That is how highly this is rated. So that's I guess. I mean, Fnatic is changing it because they don't have first pick. So I think but that's no sides are not changed. So yeah, so picks just changed.
I think you should rate it higher than the Tiny in this region. I think the Sand King. Just its versatility.
It's usually Dire first pick, huh?
Who's made the decisions here in the lobby? Someone's.
I actually didn't get to see the lobby. Oh wait, I can actually look at the lobby chat still.
So who's chosen what?
Geek Fam chose Radiant, and Envy chose second pick.
Okay.
So I chose Radiant. Okay.
5 seconds remaining.
So usually is the opposite. That's why we're saying that. Yeah, that's usually why we're saying it. But Envy sometimes chooses different picks as well. So, okay.
Fanatics turn to
Coddle's still getting banned out. Geek Fam just really not wanting to play that one. They played Versid in the DAC qualifiers of Fnatic, and I guess they just really hated it so much.
Nah, it's not a fun hero to play.
Yeah. And Fnatic, do they last ban the Night Stalker here, or do they take out the Tiny? I think that's what they're going to be deciding here. Oh, the Elder Titan too. That's right. This team really highly favors it. So, which should they take? Tiny, Night Stalker?
I think they might just take Tiny again.
I think they would just take Tiny, but they love their Night Stalker. Geek Fam absolutely love the hero.
Let's see.
So we'll see. It's like you don't want to give up Tiny, right? So I think you have to take it.
As you said, I think even though they didn't win with it, I don't think the Tiny was necessarily the problem.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it was more sort of the lineup that they let Fnatic get against them.
Yeah.
And so wow, they picked Tiny. Wow.
Shocker.
Amazing.
A shocker.
Someone, you know, let the news outlets know. Tiny has been first pick, ladies and gentlemen. It's there. They'll take it. So now Fnatic, what do? They can't. Well, they can't have
they got Naga Disruptor if they want to.
Why not?
5 seconds
Why not? You want to win games? Naga Disruptor wins you games. Clockwork SF also wins you games, if that's the way that they want to go. If they want to pick the SF up this early, obviously they run the risk of not getting the SF if they don't. Or maybe they don't want the SF anyway. We see obviously Clock being picked up with lots of other sort of strong pairings. Banes.
Lots of Clock Witch Doctors.
Clock Witch Doctor, Clock Bane, Clock Disruptor. Very, very strong support pairings.
Pretty shocked that they didn't care about the Naga though. I think most of these teams.
There you go. So as you say, Clock Witch Doctor is the pairing that they go for. They get those two.
Cool.
I like it. I think, you know, if you're getting any sort of control with a Witch Doctor, there is potential for that Witch Doctor to go ham. And it's like Paladise. Most played hero.
He
loves it. He loves the Witch Doctor. He's on it every game.
And I guess these teams some teams just don't prioritize so much on the Naga. We've seen. Yeah. It's different, you know. If it's like Newbie or Liquid and stuff like that, that's like the jam. But yeah, depends on roster to roster and what area of them.
So we get the Rubik.
It's Rubik, right?
No, in response from from Geek fam. So if you can't grab the clock or the witch doctor, just become the clock or the witch doctor.
Yeah, and it's always going to be good versus Clockwork in a way to help your teammates out. And safe, stable pick versus the majority of those team fighters, which we are seeing a lot in majority of regions. There's always going to be pretty good spells to steal.
So back now to the bans and Fnatic. I mean, I wonder if there's anything they saw last game that they want to take off. Obviously, they didn't lose to the Tinker, but the Tinker player was very good. So we'll see if they do let that through again, because I think there's every reason. Maybe less so the Clockwork, obviously a bit of a nuisance for Tinkers, but we'll see. If he does strongly favour the hero, he may still just take it. The Lycan, the Tide.
I think if you lose with Tiny plus Tinker, I don't know if you're going to draft Tiny plus Tinker in, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Radiant team ban.
And the Batman, so just taking out those offlane heroes.
So they're really just 100% thinking that this Tiny is safe lane. I mean, they ran it safe lane last time too, so taking out.
Oh yeah, so
the
they had the Tiny, but they also had a Gyro as well.
They had the Gyro as well.
I know it's sort of like balance, wasn't it, between what was being played. Sure, the Tiny was in the safe lane, but the Gyro was more of the safe lane.
Yeah.
Core hero carrying the game.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean maybe they'll switch it up and get a more offlaner sort of hero for the Gyro player this time for Luke.
Are they going to ban the SF on Geek Fam or not? Because I think if they don't ban the SF,
you've got to be a little worried about it.
I think Fnatic will take SF or Death Prophet, depending on which one is left, of course.
If there's a clock, I think you definitely got to be worried about it.
Yeah.
I just don't think you would willingly let the SF clock combo through.
But let it through?
What it's got, yeah. It's there if Fnatic want to take it.
If they want to reveal.
A little surprised with that. I mean, I think, it's not like Arbed won't play the SF, really. Arbed will happily play the SF, won't he? So we'll see if Fnatic take it. Maybe they won't take it. Maybe it's not sort of a combo that they are
10 seconds remaining.
Sort of accustomed to, but I would be surprised. So we'll see now this pick from Fnatic.
Remaining.
Which is it going to be?
What do they want to secure?
DP or Shadow Fiend, or do they just save it and pick an offlaner?
They might save it. I think at this point, if it's not been banned out, they're not really going to be worried about it being taken away. If they did care about it, and as we say, there's still the chance that they don't care about running the SF clock combo this game. But it is there, and we've seen it so many times over the various regions that we've been through.
They can still pick the brew if they want to go for that. If they want to go repeat something similar.
I think you're right, though. It's just the other mids are still very, very viable, like the Death Prophet.
Yeah, they've got options. They don't need to rush it, really, by any means.
Radiant team.
Yeah, they look elsewhere. They take the brew.
Yeah.
Understandable. Universe had a very good game with it last game, as we saw countless fights where he was just taking members out. Gets good timing on the BKB, and it's very hard for Geek Fan to really take him out before he gets the chance to BKB and pop the Primal Splits.
Just really, it really just solidifies your team fight always. It's just like, oh, we have a brew. All right, team fight secured. As long as he doesn't get completely destroyed in laning phase, but that doesn't really. I don't see that happening too much versus.
There's the Night Stalker.
They still take the NS.
So you mentioned this was the one that they do like to run.
I think this is like their. I think they most run NS, so they do NS Disruptor a lot of times. Of course, not this time because they already have the Rubik, but.
So back to Fnatic now. We're going to see for sure, surely, if they do want to take that SF combo. I mean, I say that they can still obviously fill this in with the safe lane with the Envy pick, but I think a lot of times Envy does like to leave his pick till last.
Night Stalker versus Brew, a lot better now this time. They've got that hard silence. They did have the Earth Spirit the last time, but yeah, he didn't really get Blink Dagger. He actually never got Blink Dagger in the game. The game was pretty much over when he did. So, Fnatic. What do they want to play here? The last time they picked Obits first and then Envies.
I think of Envies now.
They do
get the Terrorblade. So a couple of picks left to sort of deal with that Terrorblade in mind. Anything super strong that's in the pool that you think there's a Terrorblade, you got to play this? Well, what do you reckon? What sort of
I need to look at heroes.
Deals with the TB now? They've still got, as we would imagine, the Tiny.
They could put Legion. Offlane Legion. And then they put the Tiny in the safe lane. It's one of the better ones to deal with him. That hard lockdown plus the AoE wave clear. They could still pick Tinker here if they want to go for that. I mean, sure, they lost with it, but Tinker versus Terrorblade.
I think, yeah, if there's a Terrorblade, I think you do still play the Tinker player. I don't think the Tinker was the problem last game. I'd take the Tinker again, surely. It's so good against the Terrorblade if you can get those out times. And we saw how well the Tinker was playing. He was very good as sort of getting the farm. He was really good at reading them out, and only did get caught out a few times. Granted, those few times are very costly when he gets caught out like that outside the base, but there's a Terrorblade. You've got that strength there. think it's definitely something that they'll be considering here with these last 2 picks on Geek Fam. If they don't take it out now, it may even just get banned by Fnatic in the final one if they try and leave their mid match up to last. We'll see.
What was the one I said? I said Tinker, OD, or...
OD, okay.
What was it? I said another hero. The Legion if they pick the offlaner. So I guess it depends what role they're looking to grab here.
The Storm. I know. So
there's no disable.
I was going to say disable is low.
But I didn't think they would 4th pick it. I thought they would consider that as a 5th pick, to be honest.
I think they run the risk of it being banned because Fnatic, they'll realize that they have a lack of disable, and I'm sure
guess,
they would have banned one of these sort of high mobility mid laners.
That's fair. That's fair to say, yeah.
So Storm, yeah, as we were saying, great. There's not a lot of lockdown. Short hook shot, long cooldown at the start, paralyzing cast. You're going to be dodging that. And of course, Brew and Terrorblade, nothing that they can do to hold the Storm down. So if you get yourself a secured mid lane to start with, obviously you don't know the matchup. So now Fnatic, they can try and one-up Geek Fam here with the next pick.
What, Death Prophet? I don't really know if I see. I don't really say Abed play Dragon Knight, but that would be pretty cool to get the the disable to help his team out. Death Prophet, Dragon Knight, and then Queen of Pain, I think is the other one. That kind of stands out to me. It doesn't give them the lockdown, but I mean, gives them the lane dominance, and that might be the approach they take versus the Storm.
Some of the Death Prophet, yeah.
Yeah, DP Quap or
really suit Fnatic's style.
DP Quap or Dragon Knight, but I don't see Abed play Dragon Knight much now these days. But it fits with the TB and Brew.
10 seconds remaining.
So Geek Fam, what are they going to ban? They may just ban the Death Prophet. I think that would be
5 seconds remaining.
Would be a pretty good call from them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to fight into the DP.
No. As soon as that DP has his yours and such, it's going to be very hard for them to kill it. There's always going to be backup coming in time. They've got good control for the DP in the midst of the fight. From the Brew, from the clock, the Witch Doctor with the heals, ways of keeping that DP alive. And we'll see here, Geek Fam, they'll almost certainly want to make sure that there's not too much worries for the Storm. They ban up the Puck
instead. Okay.
All right, so
still think DP Queen of Pain.
I think
DP Queen of Pain, OD, or actually maybe not OD. DP Queen of Pain or Dragon Knight, I think are the.
Back for Geek Fam now. As
what do they want?
Depends which side of the map the Tiny's sent to.
We don't exactly know yet. Yeah.
And we see, Fnatic, they banned out offlaners. They also banned out a carry. So they themselves are sort of
still don't really know
where the Tiny's going to go. If they play it the same way, of course, they march. Did go down to the safe lane, but they had to sort of carry Luke go aggressive on the top lane with the gyrocopter. So almost certainly, probably, I'd imagine it's going to be March playing the Tiny again, and then Luke is going to get something else here.
I mean, Luke's standing in for the carry player, so that's why, yeah.
20 seconds? Against this Terrorblade, what do you want to do? I wonder if, are they Slark pickers? That's one of the ways we've seen people try and play against the Terrorblade.
I don't like Slark. They have no team fight.
Timbersaw. Oh, okay. I mean, couple of strength heroes, good AoE, magical to work against the Terrorblade.
Okay.
I don't mind it, but
okay. They also don't have crazy lockdown, so he's also one of those elusive heroes, I guess they were kind of thinking. But, I mean, Cask and Battery Soul and stuff is pretty obnoxious to play versus a Timber.
You're going to get your Timber chain.
Maledict is... Yeah, Maledict is quite strong, too, versus him.
Okay. So, now Fnatic...
I'm still sticking with the ones that we were saying. Yeah. DP, Queen of Pain.
Well, because you're going to want to try and get with the Timber versus Brew matchup in the lane, I guess. Because, obviously Timber doesn't care about Brew.
Yeah, maybe they try to do some pressure aggro lane to shut down the Terrorblade, and then that 1v1. That could be the option, yeah.
Yeah, they want to get that Tiny, you said Night Talk Brew, but in the face of the
Brew. I think picking
the Terrorblade and then Brew 1v1.
Yeah, so I think Fnatic picking a lane dominator versus the Storm is a good option. So we'll see what DJ plays.
The OD.
The OD. So we listed 3, yeah. Those were one of the 3. Or that was one of the 3.
And one of those heroes, as you mentioned, because you said it before the Timber, but now the Timber's been picked as well.
And this is the destruction of Timbersaw.
That Timbersaw is basically free intelligence for the taking.
Yeah, there is, sure, like Night Stalker, the silence is okay versus OD and Rubik, you get the steal of the Astro a lot of the times, but this is a really hard game to play Timbersaw.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, game 2. We've got our lineups here for Fnatic versus Geek Fam. Fnatic in the series with that 1-game lead so far. We're gonna do predictions.
I'm definitely going. I'm going for Fnatic. I don't see I don't really like Geek Fam's lack of building hitting with Timber and Storm. It's like only the tiny to hit buildings, and their team fight is there's no team fight.
I'm gonna live on the edge. I'm going with Geek Fam.
You're gonna go Geek Fam again.
They've got lack of lockdown.
It's OD versus Timber, dude.
this Storm Spirit's going to go ham.
All right, let's see. I mean, Chuan did play really well in the last game.
Chuan, the fake Chuan.
The fake Chuan.
I'm looking for him to carry Geek. I want to see it happen. Here we go. I want to see a game 3 between these two.
I do too, actually. So.
But here we go. So game 2, Geek Fan versus Fnatic. As you say, though, overall, you think Fnatic's got some very strong heroes, and at the moment, Envy is on OD,
and Abed is on TB.
So, I would just, Abed OD and Envy Terrorblade is sort of the bread and butter for both players, but at the moment they're swapped around. They swapped back.
We knew this was coming.
I was like, hang on.
I was like, whoa, whoa. They mind gaming. They mind gaming.
They're just messing around. Just some boys having fun. So, yeah, they will be back. It will, of course, be Eternal Envy Terrorblade. I can't imagine a world where Eternal Envy lets someone else play Terrorblade on his team. That's never going to happen.
It's not happening.
Envy ain't going to let someone else play Terrorblade. He wants to play the big anime monster hero. It's great. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 is beginning. We should be able to shoot right into the action here. The CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9 for some more Southeast Asian action. Fnatic versus Geek Fan. Let's go.
Let's go. So what lanes do we get? It looks like Timber is going toward that top lane. He wants to match up versus the Brew, as we said.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, it is a very good lane then for Luke.
Yeah.
To the point where I wonder if Fnatic will try and...
Brew still farms.
Back. I guess, yeah.
There's Drunken Haze, the right clicks. Sure, like...
Once you get a few levels on the Timber, there's definitely kill potential.
Definitely. You kind of need like level 6.
Sure, or they're Brew to massively mess up.
Yeah, massive mistakes on rotations.
He shouldn't massively mess up.
I wouldn't
think 1v1 for sure. He is going to be fine. Key though, he's going to have the stick or search eventually, and then you can, I guess you can live for it, as you say, and trade farm. So, Pie.
So
on the bottom ring?
The OD, sure, there is that silence versus him, but
yeah.
I think overall, this pick versus Timber, so it actually makes this hero super hard to play, the Timber. It's just that pure damage all game. And you even get mana burned, if anything, in most of the engagements, too.
Stupendous.
Abed is looking like he's playing in the side lane as this OD, and they will be putting Terrorblade in mid with the item builds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
Bottom lane, Pi pulls the lane, so they're able to get that one.
And I guess, is this just because the Fnatic realized there's going to be pressure on these side lanes, so they want to put Envy in a lane that's going to be potentially easier for him?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he can farm pretty well versus Storm. The meta level 1 is pretty damn good versus Storm Spirit.
Bottom. Looking to chase for Pi, but not able to quite close the gap with the Tiny.
Yep, Universe going to eat some Whirling Deaths at the start. Going to be a bit painful, but should be able to secure his farm.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but worth mentioning. Did you to talk about Luke playing the Timber this time, the stand-in?
Oh yeah, I mean, we assumed that March was playing the Tiny, right? But yeah, he is the carry player now.
What?
What just happened?
What happened?
I don't know.
What happened? What is he WTFing? I want to know.
I don't know.
Well, that's theory craft. What could it have been?
I don't know. Maybe the creeps lost aggro or something on the other creeps. I know he was pulling the lane, but I was actually looking at mid and at top. I wasn't looking at bottom.
Oh, we'll never know.
I just saw the creeps getting pulled into the tower.
Someone tell us, someone someone who's watching in game or something.
I think maybe.
What happened?
I don't know.
What would he have WTF'd? I don't know.
Mid lane.
Here we go.
DJ.
They've got the control onto Tron. Tron trying to turn with a burst. In fact, Tron, can he get himself out? He can't. First blood for Eternal Envy in the mid lane. Got the telekinesis, dragging DJ underneath the tower. Ollie trying to find a kill in return, but not quite enough damage, and DJ will be able to salve up. So first blood for your mid Terrorblade.
So the one thing about the top lane is he is spamming Haze. So the power of that is where Timber just gets a wand and is able to start bullying a bit. It's going to be under Universe's tower a bit, and we'll probably see rotations come out to help him. Because, yeah, like you said, once Timber gets levels, it becomes a lot harder for that Brewmaster.
Abed being gone on a bit, but Paladai is there to back him up. Free wave under the tower. If Abed can still get these CS. Oh, no. Here we go, this one. Oh, Mid lane, Twan versus Envy, CS-wise, 10 for 4 on the Terrorblade, 8 for 1.
Yeah, I think Geek Fam, though, I think they're really happy with their lanes. I think they've gotten pretty much everything they wanted here. The Timber versus the Brew, Storm versus TB is a little weird. You don't really expect something like that, but bottom lane too. I think everything is looking quite good for them. Luke's going to be quite farmed on this Timber Saw until rotations come out. Mid lane. DJ does not have the cogs back up just yet. He's giving just some right-click rest. I've been seeing this more and more out of mid laners, the double Mango build a lot of the time.
Hey, got the old buff, didn't it?
It did, that 175 mana.
That's it's a lot of mana.
HP regen is just being more and more valued as well.
Nice to see some of the Mangoes and the Verifiers getting buffed, those little outplay items. Always entertaining to watch. Then March, getting pushed back a little bit from this bottom lane. Still decent CS.
I wonder why they decided to do these lanes. I'm still a bit curious as to why Fnatic wanted to put that OD off lane. Universe has been getting bullied a bit up here though. 20-2 on the Timber. It's actually missed quite a lot of last hits under the tower and stuff. Mid, Twan spends one Mango to try to push the waves out. Envy, he's got meta. The rotation's coming in from Clockwork, but also Ollie is there. There's Rubik.
Yeah, we'll be able to hold back the terrible. Well, I say that, Twan. Oh, he wants to walk into this.
Yeah, but DJ's there now. Twan's dead.
Yeah, he's messed up here. Twan is down. DJ gets the kill with the battery assault. X-Rag, maybe seeing if they can find something in return. They're looking to chase down DJ under the cover of nighttime. Battery assault has worn off. It's a little bit of a deep move to make, and a move that I imagine Rag is not going to continue with, as he will let DJ be.
That should help.
A little too deep for that Night Stalker to dive. Not the squishiest of support heroes o'clock.
Luke is playing super aggressive under the tower here. When he's got 6, he has 100% kill chance onto Universe, and the rotations are coming out here too.
They're chasing him. Silence as well. Ollie's there with the Fade Pot and the Telekinesis.
They should get him here.
Universe in place, and yeah, the perfect time to make the play before that primal split is there.
Yeah, because Universe was actually out leveling the Timber a bit, and somehow before that kill comes out. But now Timber will hit 6 before Brew, and now they can probably sit one more hero up here, and if Universe TP's back up, they could actually kill him again before he gets that 6. He's going to save his TP instead. He's going to walk up.
Is under attack.
But like we were saying, Geek, they're happy with this laning phase. All 3 cores farming pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just Envy getting probably the most out of the lane on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, he's having a fine time maybe with that first blood that they were able to secure him, and sort of the second kill onto the Storm Spirits subsequently. But as we see, yeah, CS is fine for the Storm. He's been able to duck and dive into the jungle at the side. A scan from Fnatic will confirm
Fnatic wants to get some kills up here. If they can get like 1 or 2 kills, that'll get Universe his level 6, and then they can get even more aggressive. Supports Rubik.
I mean, they've got the wraparound. They've also got TPs coming into the shrine. They want to go full in on this one. Silence already down onto the Clockwork.
They want the Timber. They want the big kill.
He's trying to back himself off. We'll get the Timber chain away. And this is a rotation from Arbet from that bottom lane. They've got to find kills out of this. They should find at least Ollie as they chase the Rubik deep into the trees. It's a 4-man rotation for this, so quite an expenditure of resources, but
they wanted the Timber. The way that the DJ was playing, he was literally just trying to beeline for him, but yeah, the quick chain out, and they do only get themselves that support. But now they do give the space to Universe to try to get his level 6 at least, but lanes are being swapped. Abed's going top. He doesn't like bottom lane anymore.
It was a big rotation though.
Yeah, it was quite a big one, yeah. Twan taunting Envy under the tower.
I don't see many Storms use that taunt actually. That's
I like that one though.
It's again another nice little subtle one. Nothing too crazy. Mid lane, they want to dive this. They're looking for Envy. He's zipping in straight away. They should have good control with the silence, the telekinesis. They're dragging back. Silence
Sunder, but he's silenced.
Can they take him down in time? Yes, they can. They've got just enough magical burst with the overload procs of Twan. There'll be a kill onto Envy.
Nice nighttime rotations by X-Rag this game already. 0-0 and 2, but he's already level 4 on Night Stalker. Has phase boots. He can make some great moves around the map.
I mean, it's as you said, you know, what you said, Geek fam, very much known for their Night Stalker.
Yeah.
The way that they play around it, and yeah, we're seeing that already. Yeah, good moves indeed.
Definitely. Moving down bottom now right away. Trying to put a ward up. I do believe that was seen though by Fnatic, by their ward that was placed. They didn't ping it or anything though, so we'll see if they do deward it. DJ going to try to match the movements, but nighttime is going to be ending in about 30 seconds, and that's where, of course, the Night Stalker becomes a lot weaker. Unable to abuse that long duration silence and extra slow.
Ollie backing up Luke on the top lane. Two members of Fnatic here at the moment. They're both Arbed and Pi Live Die, so Arbed a little hard to go on to, as that cast will always be there from Pi talking back. Bottom lane, looking for Universe. Universe actually playing around with the Primal Speed.
DJ's here.
Yeah, I've got backup. I need the wraparound from the Clockwork. DJ tossed out of the cogs. Universe still has the Primal Speed. Still trying to get it out here. No, it's fine. He's just taunting them with it at the moment, as he doesn't require it to stay alive. Won't get the kill. But,
they delayed him. He wanted to use it to try to get the kill, but they delayed it long enough for like the creep wave to come, so battery assault's kind of useless, and yeah, they don't know if TP rotations are coming in.
There's a haster in on Tron as well, so he would have almost certainly been happy to join the fight down bottom if his team needed it.
So the new build on Storm is pretty much Kaya into Orchid almost all the time that we've been seeing from all these players. It looks like it's not going to change this time around either. But Luke is just positioned behind the tower this entire time. He's loving life.
Feeling pretty strong, not really worried about much at all, especially with Ollie backing him up on the Rubik, and also with the rotation from March is tiny. They'll see if they can maybe dive in on the tower and claim something. The tier 1 very low as it is at the moment. A couple more creep waves and that tower should fall. And
they got to watch the way they dive for this though. Universe has the split. He's got a TP as well on the Brew in case they go for that dive.
They're actually TPing out though, Fnatic. Okay. They just don't want to risk taking a fight there at all.
Okay.
They're going to let that tower go. It's already too low, I imagine. They just didn't want to take that unnecessary risk.
Didn't see how low it actually got in. Makes sense from how the Timber was cut in the lane.
Dire's structures
so bottom lane, DJ.
Scan comes out, they hit X-Rag, but
straight over the TPs. Both teams doing a good job of avoiding one another. 9.5 minutes in, only 5 kills so far this game, 2 for 3. 2K lead though, mind you, going the way of Geek fam because of those lanes, as you said.
Because of that, mostly because of that Timber, he really did a great job top lane. That one gank really shut down Universe so hard, because Universe was definitely falling behind, but that gank really solidified it. And Luke gonna continue to pressure that top tower, just tanking it behind there, putting pressure on it.
10 minutes in, it's a lot of space that this Timber is being given by Fnatic.
It definitely is.
As he has pretty much got the money for that Hub plus more suit. Especially if he gets that tower. Mid lane, they're pushing a tier 1 as well, so Fnatic really putting everything on that bottom lane.
And there's a regen bottom. Chuan hastes down to it. He's able to grab it.
The Dream Rune there for the Storm. Half of the damage done to that tier 1 bottom, half of the damage done to the tier 2 top. They're getting, it feels like they're getting away with a lot.
They are getting away with a lot here. Yeah, Universe wanted to TP to try to set up on mid, but they're aware. And this tower just might die. They have to rotate up here right now.
They're on though. Now they'll look to come up, and Luke, he'll of course instantly get himself away. But a lot of damage being done with that space that Fnatic just seemingly gave to Geek fam.
With DJ6, they can start getting a bit more aggressive. They didn't really have anyone to fit that role in the beginning of this game. But now he's got the hook shot at the ready. He's got a smoke if he wants to use it too. Love it. Continuing to farm up. Drum on TB.
Oh, Paladai's been hunted down by Chuan. That's going to be a free kill here for the Storm, you'd imagine. He has got,
the haze?
Not enough to save them. They will still lose the Witch Doctor. Chuan zips himself down. He's now out of mana. The drum charges a pop. Fnatic are hunting. They've got the hook shot in. Chuan will pay for this as he gets blocked in by his own creeps. And, surely taken down here. He's out of mana. He's out of life. He'll get run down by DJ. Bam! The spanner to the backside. Clockwork takes him down.
They're trying to get aggressive on top here for DJ, but they weren't able to. But they do claim the tower. It was denied, but it does die at 11 minutes, losing 2 towers top because of this Timber Saw's aggression.
Yeah, I mean, you sort of look at the two lineups, and if you were to say, who's taken 3 towers at 11 minutes and who taken 1, you'd probably say it was the other way around. And top lane, Arbed.
Arbed just gets bursted. Is that the... They didn't even have blink or anything, huh? On the Tiny. They just closed the gap.
Tossed in the
into the lift, yep.
That's the way to do it. Set up and get those kills. And Geek fam with a solid opening in this game.
Yeah, 3K gold lead.
3K lead.
It's about to be nighttime too. That's where they can really start to kick the aggression up too.
And the toss! Look at that man fly. Beautifully done. closes the gap in Universe. Can they actually kill him? He's pretty speedy. Pylite dive throws out the cask, isn't going to bounce. Luke's going to try and look for the easier kills. Fadebot as well flies in onto Pi. Pi's down. The Primal Split does come out from Uni. He's got the control onto the Night Stalker, sends him down as Envy's there with the Metamorphosis and the DD. Hook shot across. DJ looking to set up for more. They've got the control on Luke. Timber chains himself out though. Will be able to escape for now. Envy turns towards the Rubik, claims the second kill. Luke's still on the run as he continues to timber chain himself out of there. We'll make it away, but Fnatic.
Envy can get a lot of damage on mid here with this DD.
Well, the fortification, but yeah, that was a nice room for Fnatic to find. TPs are coming in on the mid lane though. Maybe they could try and fight off the meta wears out. You're going to see the lead in already, trying to peel Envy off this tower with the Chakram and the Urn. It takes him down to half health. March on the side, he might look for the toss in. Only going to toss a creep through. Rag's still trying to chase, but Fnatic a little too far away and will be healed up by the Urn there. Meanwhile, down bottom, Chuan gets the space. Another tier 1 tower for the Storms.
Yeah, he's actually going for the Bloodstone, Kaya Bloodstone instead of Kaya Orchid this game. Just wants to stay very farm.
On the side, he is going to zip into the cogs here, Chuan, and with the mischance, can't quite finish off the kill there. Universe will be able to make sure the DJ stays safe top lane. Luke. He's got his own on Arbed, but not really too much he can do on his own against that OD at this stage.
The OD's pretty weak right now, though. Yeah, the Timber still can't go in on him by any means, but Arbed needs some more space to get the farm up. He really wants that 4-staff. He's quite under leveled too, because it's not this mid OD. He's been like this side lane. So he is like 2 levels behind those mid heroes.
Showing up.
March almost has the blink on Tiny. That's when they can get even more aggressive here. Nighttime, another 2 minutes on that one, if they can keep this advantage going. Fnatic really waiting for the Universe Blink Dagger before they can start getting aggressive. They've got the Clockwork Hookshot for initiation, but having, the 2 forms of initiation is always the most ideal. And they still have that Deep Warden. They're actually smoking up, looking for Abed or Envy. Either one. Abed gonna show top.
He's already used the Astral.
In a lot of trouble.
Here comes the big bad Night Stalker, ready to come forward with the silence, with the slow. Abed held in position, surrounded by the boys of Geek Fam. And taken down. March to get the gold. And with that gold, very close to having that Shadow Blade done on the Tiny. So
he's going to rush the Shadow Blade for... Okay, I guess because he has so much. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. He did have both queued up, but yeah, with that amount of money stockpiled, likely to just go for that Shadow Blade first. And on bottom lane, you've got Chuan playing aggressively. TPs will be coming from Chuan. Will indeed have his TP cancelled by that hook shot. He's surrounded, he's out of mana. They will punish the Storm this time for his over-aggressiveness down bottom.
He's got to be careful not to give up those kills because they have an advantage right now, and DJ just always in the right place at the right time. 3-0 and 3 on this Clockwork. Level 9 Clock. Same level as 2 of his cores. It's just some standard DJ, you know?
DJ having a great... I mean, we saw game 1 is Sand King, and if you say game 2, considering the state of the game,
and they can go that he should be able to get a pretty early Spirit Vessel out, and like we mentioned the last time, versus Timbersaw, Spirit Vessel.
March with the Shadow Blade, ready to hire people. He's going to spot at Universe. Universe gets the blink over, but the telekinesis is there. Astral as well, buying time to hold him back. Can they go from here? They'll look for the control. They've got the Avalanche just before he gets the Primal out, but he still gets it. Still finds the Primal now, looking to turn and fight. The Paralyzing Cask bouncing between one another, but it looks like it's going to have to be a Primal Split and a disengage, as they can't continue the fight there at that area. So DJ going down, as we saw there, the Shadow Blade at the Tiny certainly catching them off there. Didn't expect March to have that up, as that was his first reveal of it, and meant that Fnatic were caught in a bit of an awkward position.
Trying to get some damage on mid here. It is going to be daytime now. He does have Darkness available though, if they want to continue, so if a fight does break out. And Abed does have 4-staff, but no points in the Sanity's Eclipse. Just yet.
Chance forward.
DJ has hook.
Astral set up onto the Tiny. They will follow through. DJ close the gap. There's the Darkness though. Geek Fam happy to fight. Toss back. Universe jumping in. Doesn't have the Primal Split. March still alive. Finally goes down. There's the zip in. Chuan into the center of the fight. Looking towards the big kills. Horus to control the OD, and he has done so. Drags him back with a Vortex. The follow-up damage is there from Luke's Timbersaw. And that is Abed down.
We are popping that Darkness. They were able to peel the Tiny away.
Yeah, and we saw with the stolen Astral, they were able to keep him alive, taking him out of the fight there. Big plays from the Rubik.
Envy threw out a defensive Sunder too onto DJ, so he dropped to like 200 HP. I was actually very concerned for a moment for him because he was kind of running into them there. But yeah, they keep killing Abed. 1 and 3 on this OD.
I mean, I think it's exactly as you said. This is just sort of the struggles of a side lane OD. You get behind because you don't have those early levels. You don't have those points and the spells to get the punches, to get the kills with the skills. It doesn't happen.
And look at this, Geek fam. They have 1, 2, 3 wards placed out right outside the base of Fnatic to watch those movements constantly. They've already claimed 2 tier 2s. The top and mid are completely cleared out, Owen. There's still a mid tier 1 and a top tier 1 on their side.
And it's great. I mean,
they're doing a great job of defending their towers.
And as I said, you know, you look at Geek Fam's lineup. So they got a Tiny. He punches kind of hard on the towers, but you don't expect this lineup to be taking towers as quickly as they are. This is quite some play from Geek Fam.
Yeah, and they see Envy and Abed walking down toward the bottom river because of the wards that they have. So they start to split up. They throw a scan. They know exactly where Fnatic is positioned.
Fnatic looking towards this mid lane. Geek Fam got Ollie on the front lines.
They know that Fnatic's here. They're pinging him out.
Look at this wraparound. March with the Shadow Blade. He's called out too. He's got the Avalanche and Toss. Out of the tree. Witch Doctor. Takes a tree to the face in top lane. Chuan. And onto Abed. Astral there to hold back the Storm Spirit. Not going to see what they can do about this. Envy's turned up as well. They drop the Sanity to burn the mana. And with that in mind, Chuan should fall here. Hookshot in from DJ. And again, as you mentioned earlier, this Storm's got to be careful that he doesn't throw away the advantage they have with players like this.
Yeah, that was a very smart usage of the Sanity's Eclipse, though, there. It wasn't even used for really damage, just strictly for that mana burn. Yeah. That was neat.
Certainly pays off. As Envy, you know, he is at the top on this Terror Blade. He's still farming a treat, 10k net worth. He's got the money for the Manta style as well. So
Abed really needs these kind of kills to catch him back up. Like we said, he's very far behind still on the OD. Now level 12 because of that kill. He needs that Hurricane Pike real bad. Hurricane Pike, Blink, BKB. Pretty ideal for him. Geek Fam, they've got this high ground ward here. Continue to pressure bottom with the Bloodstone finished on Luke. He's queued up with Yules afterwards.
I do see all this, with this high ground ward, this Tinker ward. They will see Universe coming into the lane then. Back up to top. Luke, Tron with the TP back.
Yeah, pop Darkness. It's gonna be nighttime quite soon. It's gonna be nighttime like right after that Darkness ends too. And they go for the smoke play. It is under vision though. Fnatic have seen the smoke.
They are immediately retreating
to the base.
Back up to the high ground. It's not wanting to be caught out during this terrifying nighttime. And towards the mid, Envy. He's got to be careful how he comes out. And he is. He's keeping himself very close to the base. Luke will reveal himself. As, Geek Fam almost certainly aware that Fnatic knew exactly what they were up to.
Fnatic smoke of their own. All 5 ready.
See if they can get the jump. Luke, he's a big target, but if they fully commit on him, they should have a chance of bringing him down. He gets the Timber Chain out, but they have the stun to follow through. They're chasing down Luke. Luke still buying time. He's actually going to be sent up in the air by the Universe. The right clicks of the pure damage from this OD, it's enough to take him down. That's some Bloodstone charges lost for the Timber. Universe seeing if he can chase down for more. They've got the vision onto Rag's position with the Rocket Flare. He's a little too speedy for them to close the gap.
Ooh, they did want to get more out of that though, because Bruce Split is expended and Timber with that Bloodstone, he's alive already. And now Storm has Bloodstone too. They just go right into the pit. They want to look for that Roche while there's no Bruce Split, because Fnatic's team fight without it is pretty lackluster.
There's a no hook shot either for 25, so unlikely to go for the big steal play around this pit. And yeah, you lose a few Bloodstone charges on your Timber.
They were instant with that decision making though. They were just like, Bruce Split, down, go Roche.
We're in the pit.
Yeah, no hesitation. I mean, they don't really have to address the lanes because they've been playing on the aggressive, so they do it. Fnatic, sure, they kind of, I mean, you can say they win a fight, I guess you could say there, but they don't have anything to gain out of it because it's on their side of the map. BKB looking to be the choice for both the Terrorblade and the OD next rather than anything in between.
Yeah, they absolutely need it.
Yeah, they're just
against this Timber.
This Timber and this Tiny and this, Silence.
Storm going for the Orchid now, of course. Still quite some way away from it, but He's still looking pretty big with that very nice Bloodstone Kaya timing that he had. Midas, about 450 gold away from Universe, so Fnatic definitely looking to just draw out this game.
Yeah.
Which they certainly have the lineup to do so.
Yeah, with OD and Terrorblade cores. This could be very well where we see one of those games where, what was it that Fly said at Summit, right? Envy goes full anime mode. Once they lose 2 Raxes, they come back and win. Right now, it is a 5k gold advantage for Geek Fam, and they've been making all the right moves. Yeah, Chuan's died a couple times. Very deep, but getting that Rosh was a very good decision-making. And yeah, they go high ground now.
Yeah, let's see what Fnatic can do to stop this. No Metamorphosis for 25 seconds still.
10 seconds on Bruce Split, that's the big one. They're trying to push their limits up here. The cask. No, they comes out.
The Death Ward, but...
Oh, X-Rag.
He's stuck on the high ground. He's going to take quite a few punches with this Universe. He's trying to come in with the ult. Can they silence him up? They can chain him down. He's not going to get the chance to put the Primal Split. That's Universe gone. DJ hookshot's in, but without their brew, can they really still take this fight, Fnatic? They're looking towards Ollie on the Rubik. Rubik getting low, but DJ slowed down by the Void from Nightstalker. Fatebolt comes in. That's going to be a second kill. Bloodstone charges for Luke. Bloodstone charges for Chuan. 2 down, double kill for the Timber, and now they're up onto the high ground. No buybacks on these two either. It was a risky play from Universe. They had a lot of control to stop that Primal Split from coming out, and it indeed didn't. Indeed, the bounces onto Chuan. He does still have that Aegis, of course. Sanities comes out, bursting some of the mana, but here's Chuan, ready with that second life. Silence, still on the OD for now. Chuan contemplating zipping in. They'll turn just towards the tier 3 objective. They've still got the fortification here, Fnatic. And now Fnatic will have the other 2 back up. So they lose the fight, but they reduce the casualties. They don't lose the base. They keep that tier 3 alive, and they do push Geek Fam away at the end of it all. But still, a couple of Bloodstone charges for the 2 cores of Geek Fam. They won't be too disappointed.
I do think Universe gets a bit greedy there. Going for the Blink clap into ulti, I think versus Rubik and Nightstalker, you kind of have to just go in for the Blink ulti. Sure, it kind of sucks to do it because you're like, you need the slow and you need the damage that comes out from the clap, but you kind of have to think that they're going to get those. Those disables are so fast that they cast that you almost have to just do the Blink split there.
And it's going to get harder once that Orchid, of course, is done on Chuan.
Just absolutely
instant silence.
DJ going for Rubik here.
Gets the hook shot. DJ will be tossed out of the cogs, Ollie. He's got to see if he can try and run his way away from this one, but Universe is there with the wraparound and the slap down.
Yeah.
Themselves the kill on Rubik.
7k gold and 7k experience advantage though for Geek Fam still. And with those Bloodstones, they're looking to go for Envy here. They're diving deep.
Envy's on his own. He needs backup, and he needs it now. Mass TPs are coming through. Does turn around, get a good stun onto Chuan. So Envy back up to full health, Chuan down to half. And a little low on the mana as well. So they'll have to back off here, Geek Fam. Players safe as Fnatic were fit to fight down there.
Fnatic need more time. They're so dependent on this Bruce Split in order for any of these fights. How is our OD doing? OD does have the BKB finished, and then he's gonna go back for the Hurricane Pike, of course. Envy also pretty much has BKB, so a lot of that damage that Geek Fam has, actually pretty much all their damage, is magical again this game. So these BKBs could really turn the tide quite a lot.
BKBs are huge. I think the big thing to remember though as well, of course, sure, the 2 cores, the Storm and the Timber, very much reliant on the magical damage, but also because of the maneuverability, they're good heroes for sort of getting in, forcing a BKB charge, getting out, and then coming back into the fight after the BKBs are used.
That is the one, like we were saying, the Fnatic draft, it is lacking a lot of disable, and Geek Fam can absolutely abuse that. So we'll probably see some itemizations to kind of make up for that. Maybe Pi goes for an Atos or something too, because he does have the double bracer on the Witch Doctor if he's ever able to get an item. But BKBs are going to be... This BKB timing could be quite crucial for Fnatic.
They're trying to do something with it now. You can see Abed leading in the mid lane, seeing if he can get some sort of a setup with the Astro if anyone dares to come forward. But
they've got Vessel as well on the clockwork now for the Timber.
March is leading forward, but the sentry is down. They'll just reveal himself anyway to clear off this push. And Fnatic, they do respect that. They back off. There was some pressure up top as the lane was being shoved in by both Timber and Rubik.
Geek Fam's doing a really good job of just constantly split pushing the lanes in to force the reactions from Fnatic all over the map. It's not just like one lane. They're pressuring all 3 at the same time at majority of these situations.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Has to be careful out here on his own, man.
He's got the BKB, but yeah, they could definitely chain stun him and bring him down.
Over here.
Geek Fam just looking to finish off this. The tier 2 bottom as they wrap around Fnatic. Maybe ready to take a fight here though, despite how low the tower is. Envy leading forward, pops the reflection. As the vision on the whereabouts of Tron's. Tron's pushed back. But again, as you say, the Geek fam just keep themselves in the most lanes that they can. And keeping hold of that net worth advantage. Orchid now done as well for Tron. So as we've seen earlier, we were saying Universe has to be so careful in these fights, even to the point where before he gets his BKB, I don't know if he can get the primal split off in the middle of these team fights. I
think he just has to blink. They have to like clockwork hook shot, blink, and primal split, like all at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know if clapping is a good idea.
No, don't clap, kids.
No clapping.
This is a clap-free game.
Chuan, bottom. They're smoked up for him. Like we said, though, very little catch. They kind of have to force him to zip.
We'll see if he gets tempted to play onto the Terror Blade. I'm sure he'll know that there's backup behind it. And they are hunting for him. They're hunting. They may just find they've got the rocket. Hook shot is going to be off the mark as Chuan creates the distance. They're still seeing if they can find him here. Abed knows that he's likely to be hanging around in these trees. He's very, very close.
They've got to itemize to be able to kill him, though. Like this, look at this chase. He's actually he's going for the courier here. Abed's trying to maybe bait it a little bit. Chuan's just going to play it safe and zip away. So the itemization, they're going to need some type of Orchid or Hex. I think Abed has queued up a Hex. They absolutely need that to be able to kill this Storm Spirit. He's way too elusive. It's going to take a long time for him to get it, though.
Envy's still chasing up into this a little bit. I was going to say, sends the illusions in, doesn't want to go in himself as there was backup for Tron. But yeah, movements like that, just creating a lot of space. As you say, lack of lockdown. Tron can feel very free to do this.
Yeah, and it gives his other cores a great amount of farm. BKB will be the next item of choice on Timbersaw. Very needed item versus that OD. They don't get bursted too hard.
And just overall the core matchups, you know, you've got these 3 cores in a good place on Geek Fam, whereas still Abed definitely behind where he wants to be at this stage. And Universe just hasn't really managed to do too much with the primal split this game, and therefore is really suffering in network.
Yeah. They're trying to poke and prod to force those BKBs like you were mentioning before. Is the power of having those elusive heroes when you lack disables.
So the mid lane they go. March chucks out a tree. Well, they'll let that tier 1 tower go. Letting it down at 30 minutes more than right. At this stage of the game, and now over the half of the map of Fnatic, they are pushing in side lanes. Geek Fam. Actually, Chuan managing to find himself a free kill. Oh! Well, that was someone's BKB getting taken down there on the courier. That is, I believe, whose BKB there at the bean?
Should be the Timbers.
It was the Timbers BKB gone. Okay, yeah, his courier died.
Who ended up killing that one?
I didn't actually see who killed it. It was, I don't know. So, but they messed up. That was a heavy load on the courier. BKB is down, but again, at the same time, with the pace that the game's going, Geek fans they can chill.
Yeah, they're just gonna just wait for that one to respawn. 2 minutes.
Also, what's the Roshan situation looking like? That's
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yep.
1 minute till Roche, and that is definitely going to be something that Geek fan want to look for. But as we said, there is good fight around the pit for Fnatic, so they may very well want to try and take their head-on engagement in that situation. But the BKB on Timber will definitely cause issues. Not that actually, well, if they go straight there, they might be able to fight before that BKB's back up and alive on the courier.
Yeah, Fnatic is pushing out. They drew the line to push out their lanes. It's the double siege wave as well, so this will actually give them a bit of momentum in the waves. For this one, it's coming out on the next wave. Terrorblade takes the 10-second reflection cooldown, as we've seen him spamming it so often. Such a good talent. And Envy, 5k gold in the bank. Scotty, more than likely, could still go for a butterfly since they don't really have that right click like we were mentioning, but I think he just wants to tank up. We'll see.
I'm open for the rapier.
We'll see. I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen Rapier Terror.
I don't think this is a Rapier game, Owen.
I don't think Terrorblade's a Rapier hero, unfortunately. But if anyone was to ever make any hero a Rapier hero, it would be Eternal Envy. But you're right, Scotty, I'm sure, is going to be the item.
Scotty or B-Fly.
Yeah.
More than likely. He's got 5k gold in the bank, though. Luke
he's holding on to it.
Is showing in mid. 1 minute until their courier respawns with the BKB. Roche is back, though, so we do see Geek Fam starting to ping it out. Storm has queued up a BKB as well. There's not really a lot of disable for him, but he wants to have that anyway to get in the midst of the fight. He doesn't want to just get cycloned or something. or when that Hex does come out inevitably on Abed. You know, he's got 2400 mid.
Chuan is zipping in, he's looking for the solo kills. Sick charges from DJ will keep DJ alive. Can they finish this off? They do get the chakra connection. Chuan, he wanted to go in for it there, but the paralyzing cast bounce just sort of kept him held back, so DJ will survive for now. Envy, he wants to walk into the midst of this fight. Posture reflection starts to force Geek fam away. They're a little scared of this Terrorblade. Luke timber chaining out of that, doesn't want to stick around for this one.
Speaking of Terrorblade, he's going for Shadowblade, by the way.
Okay.
He's got it. He might just go Silver Edge, I guess, for the Timber. He just wants to keep up that split push game. Okay. Thought he'd go just for stats, but...
Top lane DJ. Hook shot in onto a Rubik that pushed out a little bit too far. Ollie. Ollie. See his out. So,
DJ always making sure to hold on to his Spirit Vessel charges. He's, even when he had like one, he always wants to have one for the fights versus that Timber. So Courier has respawned. It's got the BKB and it's got the AC.
Oh, the Shadowblade Orchid build as well for Envy.
Oh, he went Orchid too.
Yeah, he wants to have some extra lockdown.
Okay.
Shadowblade Orchid.
I mean, they want Disable for the Storm Spirit. He's almost got BKB though.
I like it. I like it. Sure, that is the thing. That is the thing. That is that BKB, as you say, is going to be there pretty much as soon as it's going to be required against that Orchid. And BKB, talking about them, there's one out now for Universe, so he should get the Primal Split off in the fights.
Yeah, the sentry's down. Envy's walking right in.
As he's walked straight in, he gets the BKB off straight away.
He's got the Orchid.
With that silence, he might just go Storm Spirit. It's doing it. Oh, the hook shot.
The Orchid.
Envy. The Shadowblade Orchid build. They did not expect that on the Terrorblade.
The Bloodstone, though, the charges were still quite high. 20 seconds till the respawn, and that was a BKB expended from Envy.
Was indeed. That death, though, I knock a bit of money out of the Storm's pockets.
No, definitely.
He went have the BKB.
Caught them off guard. Got him.
Yeah. I mean, they'll know it's there now, though. Oh, no, that Orchid is out on the Terrorblade. But as we've seen, definitely the build to go in a game like this. They needed that sort of control. And they do sort of have the true right clicker in the Arbed.
Yeah, and that's how you catch your opponents off guard.
Yeah.
They wouldn't see that coming. A Shadowbladed Orchid Terrorblade. Abed getting closer to that Hex. Level 20 as well, so he's got that big surge of health going toward his way. And constant rockets coming out from DJ to watch the pit. Storm does have BKB finished, as well as a gem now they pick up from right away when they see that Shadowblade. And here we go.
And indeed, into the pit they go. They know what the Metamorphosis down. BKB charge was already used by Envy, so there's a good chance they get away with this without Envy coming to the pit. The rest of the team might want to have a bit of a say in on this one. They're eyeing up the pit. Can they do anything? Big Universe wants to go in, jumps in with the BKB. Can he steal the Aegis? Hookshot as well. Radiant gets the Universe, snatches the Aegis, and now Fnatic looking to fight. Envy though, he's falling low. He's still alive for now. They'll turn with the BKBs. They're fighting strong. Fnatic. They've taken down the Tiny. They'll take down the Rubik. They've found two. They've got the silence onto the Storm again. That Orchid doing work. Luke trying to escape, but Fnatic will be more than happy to chase this one down. They have the stun control. Timber Chain still out from Luke, but the pure damage from the Arcane Orbs flying through. He managed to pop the cheese, still alive for now. They've got the vision with the reflection, slowing him down. Where's the Orchid going to be back up in a second? There's the silence. He did get the chain out. He's on his way to the base, but Blink 4 for Universe. Now he pops the Primal Split. He had it saved, ready for the ending of this fight. The control on Luke still. Timber Chain again. Luke will survive. They'll turn for the easier kill as Rag is the one to be in trouble. Stunned outside of the base. The Arcane Orbs flying through as Abed slides in for the finisher. Fnatic getting the Aegis steal, getting the team fight, and also getting the gem. Abed picks it up.
That's the really big one. They flew the Courier out to try to grab it, but again, Envy, this Orchid build paying off in Universe, getting the jump in, getting the Aegis snatch.
Perfect timing from Universe to go. And I mean, between him and DJ as well, having that follow-up hook shot straight away, just making it impossible for Geek fam to grab the Aegis.
That simultaneous initiation is what we were talking about. They really need to be crucial about doing it. They did it perfectly there. And now they're getting the items they need to deal with this Storm Spirit, Hex, Orchid. Even the Timber Saw gets shut down heavily by this. And the Bloodstone charges, they are trickling down. Luke lived, but the Storm Spirit did not. And they really, really wanted that Aegis there.
Really, really good. The game's certainly getting scarier for Geek fam. They had sort of what the 7K lead, but is starting to go back towards that of Fnatic.
Envy, the mad genius himself, with this build. What's the next build? Is it the Silver Edge? It's the Silver Edge. Yeah, he wants to break that Timber. The unorthodox build. It's going to be level 25 soon, too. If he wants to go for that Sunder cooldown. 5-second Sunder cooldown.
Dire are scanning.
Let's see what he can do here. Envy on the hunt.
March is starting to fall behind on the Tiny. Even though he's 4-1-4, he's got the BKB queued up, but it is really tough. And he went for AC too, which kind of helps Fnatic in a way. Pop that reflection, they're always going to have AC in the middle of the fights. Universe still has this Aegis, and he's queued up a Radiance too. The Radiance will be nice to negate that damage from the Storm. He's the only physical.
We've seen as well, Universe doing a very good job at getting drunk and hazed on the Storm every fight.
Yeah.
Making it very hard for any sort of real damage to come out from the Storm. With those overload procs not connecting.
Boom, there it goes.
Fnatic's ready to fight though. They've got everything again. There's been several wards placed down now by Geek Fem, so they will probably see all this coming out. Who's got the gem? It is DJ.
Incoming.
They're on the prowl.
Fnatic wanting to fight with this Aegis.
Envy.
See if they can get a catch.
Leading the charge, silver-edged with Orchid at the ready.
Who's he gonna find? He's a little wary of going up onto the high ground, and Geek Fam do have a Sentry and Observer down. So Envy will have to be careful himself. He's
walking
about
in.
It.
Just walks in for the bounty rune casually. He's getting jumped now.
Try in with the control. There's a BKB. He's going to get the chance to get it out. He pops.
Oh,
he can't get the
Sunder
off. He can't get it off in time. Geek Fam.
I mean, that was pure greed right
they
there. He just walked in for a bounty.
Universe as well. As we said, he does have the Aegis. Defensive Astral from Arbiter. I say defensive. Can he get the blink out in time? He can't. The damage is down. Universe popped once. Hook shot in from DJ. Fnatic still trying to take this fight despite the fact that they don't have their Terrorblade. Fnatic now on the retreat. Arbed held in place by the telekinesis. Try and zip again. He's very low on the mana. Universe coming with the cloud. There's going to be a buyback from Envy. Wants to get back in on this one. Knows that Geek Fam have overstepped the mark. Chuan able to zip down to the low ground. Can they get the rest of them out of there? March turns, bringing this Terrorblade, this OD down low. But Envy with the Sunder, putting Arbed back to full health. The bro play. Envy gets out, they'll turn, they'll find the kill onto Luke.
X-Frag is looking for Envy though.
Oh.
He might.
That's what I was going to say. That if that Sunder had cost Envy his dieback, that would have been.
Envy dies though.
He did die. Oh, the Fade Bolt.
The Fade Bolt from the low ground.
Oh no! The bro play did not end up paying off. Envy putting himself at low health off the back of saving Arbed early on. Sure, overall though, they still take the team fight, but as a dieback on the Terrorblade, I mean,
I was meant to have this.
They killed Geek Fam, but they didn't get the Storm. Dieback on Terrorblade.
Oh, Envy went up for a bounty rune. He was walked in for a bounty rune, dies, has to buy back. That does stop some momentum.
Oh, that's a lot. Oh, jeez. If he didn't pick up his items then.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's dead. If he didn't.
He almost just lost his team the game instantly.
If he lost all those items.
If he lost all those items, the game is instantly over.
That would have been hilarious.
God.
Oh.
I bet though, getting that kill, reducing he gives him
Wait, he did pick everything back up, didn't he? Yeah, that was close.
Yeah. Universe BKB does get the TP out. Pi might not be so lucky.
No, they'll take that one, a Bloodstone charge for Luke. Oh, yeah, there we have it. Oh, what a game, what a game, what a game. So 16-19, 3K lead still for Geek Fam.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
this game.
That was clutch.
that was
just
really
lost his Bloodstone.
More than likely to still take the Timber Chain distance one.
And maybe it's a strat, can't lose Bloodstone charges if your Bloodstone's on the floor.
Ah, genius.
So looking for the next level plays though.
Which one's he gonna take? He's still decided. Luke, come on, make your choice. There's no strength. There's no strength chorus, but let's see.
Nah, you take the Timber.
You usually take the Timber Chain.
Well, no,
he did.
Hey, come on, no strength because Bruiser's strength here.
Yeah, but he's got BKB.
Okay.
And he's usually in split form. You know what I mean? Like he's not.
All right, I'll let you off.
You let me off on that one.
I'll let you off on this analysis.
So Envy.
So what's up with the? I'm looking at this OD. Arbed still hasn't taken his 25 talent as he was deciding between the two or something. Even though I'm sure it'll take the.
It's still it's exclusively been that one.
He just did put the point of it for quite some time. Yep. Oh, reflection to March. Status resistance though. He's got it. A hook shot comes in. March still alive for now. He's been surrounded. March. He's probably gonna die.
He's pretty dead.
Yeah.
Split up and farm. Luke makes the call.
He's been left behind. The rest of his team bailing out of that. Item for Arbed. Silver edges all round, they say on Fnatic, as he'll be looking to build one as well.
Yeah, just sure.
I mean, he's already got survivability. He's already got lockdown.
He's got 3,000 life.
He's got, with the level 25 talent, he's always going to have damage.
Yeah.
So any sort of way that he can just look to continue to
Shadow Blade's always
bring down the Timbersaw.
It's like Silver Edge and Shadow Blade is always these neat like late game items that people can skitter away, and you just never expect those kind of plays to come out. So
because as you said before, I think your cores just don't have slots for detection at this stage. You're not going to have detection on all the heroes in Geek Fam, so you are still absolutely going to be able to outplay people with the Invis. Right, here we go. Ollie up on the high ground. Scanners hit them. So Fnatic know there's something up here. DJ thinking about the angle. Does he want to go for this one? They've got the hit onto the Timbersaw. Oh, the wrap around there with the silence as well. Hookshot comes through.
He's got BKB.
Timbersaw, can he get as well? This does put the BKB. Timber chains out. This is the Metamorphosis used. So if Geek Fam can stop this fight from happening, they'll be happy.
Yeah, they're going to try to push the waves out as far as possible so they can't get any towers.
I mean, up top, tier 1 is still not taken, so they'll get that at least, but the creep waves are not here.
42-minute tier 1 with a Tower Blade on your team, something you don't really see every day.
So Geek Fam are happy with that. Metamorphosis used, and it didn't really do anything.
Yeah. Universe has Radiance now, so a bit stronger now on that Brewmaster in the team fights. And how are the BKBs doing? Storm's at 8. What's Timber at? Timber is at 7. We've got 7 on Envy and 8 on Abed. Okay. Hook shot. On a...
I think he was seeing if he could find Chuan. Yeah, Chuan just...
There's just... Yeah, that's true. Oops. That's true.
Sometimes he creeps in the way.
There was just one creep left. He left one.
And the Aghanim's now done for the Timbersaw.
Yeah, he sold his hood to
I was
pick
going to
that
say,
one
but
up.
I feel like now that we're seeing more and more Timbers go for the Axe. I know it seemed to be a thing in the past that wasn't always in the item build for the Timbersaw. But
it's pretty core. The problem is that if you start running low on Bloodstone charges, you actually just like can't even use your double chakram. So he's still in an okay spot. You still see though he is still suffering a bit on that mana when he throws out both. Top. Seems like they know someone's up here.
Oh, March.
Look at Envy. He's on the prowl.
Oh, March. He has got the Shadow Blade in the blink.
Ooh.
Are they going to find him, Fnatic? Doesn't look like they will. He's fine. He's in the tree. Oh, they might find Rag. Rag. He's got Luke with him, though. Envy.
Who's finding who?
Keeping the distance. Yeah, they've come across the side. Telekinesis holding back Envy. Will buy the time for Chuan to zip out. They zip themselves out of it. On the side, Universe chasing down X-Rag. They've got the paralyzing cast. Geek Fam want to try and save him. The Death Ball's down. Chuan goes in straight away with the control onto the OD. Can they take down Abed in time? No. The BKB comes out. Abed's still alive for now. They're trying to chase, but they've lost the Night Stalker. Silence down to March. The Tiny's surrounded. Tiny out. They've lost 2 on Geek Fam, and now Abed trying to chase down for more. The Reflection slowing down Ollie. He's surrounded by Universe's Primal Split. Turns with the Stolen Sunder. It's cute, but it won't save his life.
The Hex on Storm.
The Hex out on Storm. They've got the control. Abed's in with the final punch. 4 down on Geek Fam.
Envy took the Metamorphosis attack range, by the way, not the Sunder cooldown in this game.
So with that fight as well, that should be Roshan.
Yeah, and this
Roshan
is
for Fnatic.
This is the Refresher Shard too. This is the big one.
Oh,
hook shot.
DJ.
Oh, the int is stacked up.
Oh, 52.
From 1-3 to 10-3 on this OD.
Abed has made quite the recovery this game. And now it's the worrying bit for Geek Fam, really. They had the lead for the majority. Now the lead is back in Fnatic's hands.
For the first time in the entire game, actually, it is back in Fnatic's hand. Even experience. It's been literally Geek Fam controlling this game until this point.
As you say, they get the Roshan. They'll get those items. Who's getting the Refresher Shard?
Oh, definitely OD. He's got 52 int stacked up right
Double Sanities, Eclipses.
Double Hacks, double BKB. All of these items are just super important.
Prepare your Pog chance, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be quite a punch that Abed will drop. You can see him now. He's ready to just blow someone up if he finds him outside the base. He wants to do it.
It's crazy how tanky ODs get late game. Because he's sitting, when he starts building up that int, he's sitting at 30% magic resist, and he's already got 20 armor and 3.7k life, or 3.6k life. It's actually so hard to bring this hero down. March?
Don't think he wants to quite do something here. A little too hard. Fnatic are all around. They don't have Envy. Envy has backed up. So now with that knowledge, maybe they will try and find something. Now he's now his boots are traveling over. So Envy's here with a Metamorphosis, and they will claim that tier 2 tower Fnatic.
Look at this range he's got too. That 850 attack range.
Quick old zip zap and the TP back. in an attempt to clear out that way, but as you say, Envy just keeping the distance, launching into that tier 3 tower. Envy takes the tree to the face, does fall low, slides himself out of there with a silver edge.
Backdoor protection is going to kick back in soon. Next wave is coming.
Well, Envy wants to sunder someone. He wants some free health. That's mine. There he goes, back up to full health. It'll be held in place. Universe jumping in on the side with the BKB committal. Holding on to the primal split for now. Will turn his attention back towards this tier 3 tower. Zip and zip out. Manages to force out the primal split, but they don't mind Fnatic because they're just hitting onto the towers. They've exposed the racks, and they're looking to push in. Is there any way that Geek fam can stop this? They're trying their best with the chakrams to clear out the waves. Tree into the face of Envy. And they will get that melee racks. Now they're looking to fight back. Geek fam zipping straight in with the silence on Theody. Can they blow up Arbed in time? He gets the BKB out. He's going to be able to slide up. Silver edge out. Arbed escapes. No, Chuan. He's trying to chase. They don't have the vision. They'll look for the easier kills. Zipping down onto Universe. Universe getting stunned up here by the stolen Primus. But the double sanities comes out from Arbed. There's 2 down on Geek fam. X-Rack just on the retreat. Luke will buy back into this game. Can they get any kills out of this? Luke looking to close the gap. Chuan in with the biggest zip of his life, but the cheese is out. It might not matter. They have the silence. They have the control. The defensive Astral, though, buying time for Universe to survive. They'll go back in. They'll take down the Storm Spirit. Universe finally falls as Luke will get him with the Chakram, but the Maledict's on him. The Hex comes out as well from Arbed. Luke on the Timber, almost certainly going to die back. He'll be sent up into the air, trying to play his way out, but the magical damage is too much. They lose the Timber Saw.
Good remains.
As Fnatic now.
Arbed didn't even have any int stacked up in that when he used double ulti. He had like 4 int stolen, but he just was like, whatever. I'm low.
Oh no, and now
the
Sunder.
Sunder.
He's been silenced by Envy, does get forced back. Will survive for now, but the Rubik not going to be quite as fortunate as they're 2-3 down now on Geek fam. Fnatic clean up that top set of racks. There is a still 2-2 in the mid lane, so they won't be mega creeped. Geek fam, they can still hold on, but at this point 13k gold lead for Fnatic, the lead getting bigger and bigger. And Fnatic will of course clean up at least the bottom set of racks as well. There's a full minute without that Timber.
They should be able to close this game out.
They
there is a tier 2 up, but
they can go for tier 4s if they want. We'll see how safe they want to play it. They want to play it safe.
Yeah, I mean they just swung the game around 20,000 gold or so. They're heavily secured in this one.
Pi is incredibly rich now.
He sure is. They all are.
Where's that E-Blade, son?
He can buy whatever he wants.
What does he want to get?
Oh, I don't know. He's level 20 though, so he's got the important talent. He doesn't take the Death Ward attack range. Of course, it's that Maledict.
The Maledict.
It actually is crazy how much damage it does. You don't see it too often, but it's more so just about, I mean, Envy with this the Bloodthorn build, as well as Abed with the Hex, just constantly being able to shut down the Timber, shut down the Storm, which are all the damage in the team fights. The Tiny kind of feels like a non-factor. He can't get into the fight, so Reflection gets popped, and he just kind of has to run because of everything that's going on. Now, Envy, if he wants, once that Aegis expires, he's got your favorite.
The Son of Doom build.
Yes, it is, the Son of Doom build.
Nullifier plus Bloodthorn. Envy just out on the hunt. Bounty wounds, that's mine. Relic, it's there.
I was meant
He
to
wants
have
it, but
this.
he's playing it chill. He's got enough for buyback and Relic there.
He's sending the, yeah, he's the courier has the helm.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get this shrine. Geek fam, they are smoked up, trying to find something here, but all the Fnatic, they are starting to get together. Getting ready to close this game out with their next smoke.
DJ. Oh,
he's got a BKB though.
He's out of it.
He's going back. He doesn't care.
He's ready to rock and roll with these big boys. He's okay.
See ya.
He says, Envy, I need you, and hook shots himself back over to the safety of his territory.
Oh, Envy, he's got the items. Here we go. The smoke to end the game.
Whoever he goes on will die, 100%. Tron's got to be careful. Envy coming in on the front. They have got the signs to get the signs to the control. Can they kill Envy in time? They have the Vortex. Pull him in. Envy, he's mounting. Envy gets the Thunder. Envy will survive. Gets the Metamorphosis out. Turns towards March. Sentry Ward down. They've got the vision that they need. Fnatic. They've taken down the Tiny. They've taken down the Night Stalker. Double kill for Arbed as they force back Geek fam to their base. Hook shot across from DJ. Closing the gap on the Rubik. Ollie dies as well. There'll be a buyback from Rag. But Rubik and Tiny down for 70 without those buybacks available. Envy there getting that Sunder off. It was a little bit close.
That was very scary.
A little bit close.
Yeah, he dropped incredibly low.
But he gets it off. He gets it off. As now,
2 heroes dead.
2 heroes dead.
Go for that last Rax. Close the game out. They've got their OD ulti at the ready. Sunder's back online too. The hook shot comes in.
He's in. They're looking for Luke. They'll chuck him up in the air.
The Hex.
Luke out to the sidelines. Chuan is going to zip in, zip out, looking for the control. Pops the BKB. He's turned his attention towards Abed, dragging him in. But look how tanky this OD is. They can't quite finish him off. Now Chuan's out of mana. Has to go back to base. DJ again with the next hook shot close to the gap. There's the Hex onto the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit's down. They've only got the last two left. Chuan
defensive Sunder.
He goes in indeed, but Envy's there with the savior. Nullifier down onto the Timbersaw. Sanity's eclipse popped by Abed.
GG.
GG, well played. It is cool, ladies and gentlemen. Fnatic will take your series against Geek Fam 2-0.
Oh my, that was I mean, that was something. The itemization coming out from Envy comes in pretty clutch. That Shadowblade Orchid build in that pit catches the Storm off guard. Then they get enough time to get the Hex on Abed. They start getting a lot of momentum, but I think the biggest thing for me was Fnatic getting those BKBs up. The 3 BKBs, it seems like the fights got a lot easier for them. They weren't at risk of dying on Envy as much, and yeah, that was something, Owen.
It was indeed. Well, Fnatic giving us some very entertaining Dota, and the Geek Fam they certainly have their strengths, but I think we're sort of seeing with sort of these lineups that
experience.
Aren't quite as top. It's the experience. It's the ability to use that advantage to close up the game.
Exactly.
Something that Fnatic were very good at controlling and just getting to the point where in the later stages they had the better experience and they're able to outplay, make the better calls, make the better moves, and get the victory.
And give us a little bit of a heart attack. You know, Envy going for a, he's like, oh, a bounty rune, and then he dies, buys back, helps his teammate, dies from a Fade Bolt.
Classic.
But they still able to take it away. Their high ground defense was pretty good. Just the spam reflection we saw Envy doing when they were at risk of almost losing that top Rex was enough to hold off Geek Fam. They don't really have those big siegers to go for that base push. It was just like the tiny, and he fell off pretty hard.
Well, so with that, you got your prediction, right? I'll give you a point. I mean, I went for Geek Fam.
You had it.
I don't really
they actually almost had it. I think this one comes down to, like we were saying, a lot comes down to experience in these type of games. Is that mid game, late game decisions? It's those clutch movements too. I mean, Envy, Shadowblade, Orchid, it paid off for sure.
He had the item build to win the game.
Yeah.
It certainly worked. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that series coming to an end, we should be able to show you the brackets here at the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9 Southeast Asian Qualifiers. Of course, earlier today, we had TNC taking down Execration 2-1, and we've just had Fnatic beating Geek Fam 2-0, meaning that our third and final series of the day will be TNC versus Fnatic. I know that's one that a lot of you Southeast Asian, I mean international fans from all over the world are going to be very interested in seeing how it goes down. We've seen it time and time before.
Can Fnatic do it?
Exactly.
That's pretty much what it comes down to. Can they take it from TNC?
Can they do it? They look to be pretty on form today, Fnatic. Some very sort of tight, composed plays.
Some weird lane things, you know, putting OD in the side lane and stuff, that they have their reasons for it. I'm not too sure exactly why, but it ended up working out in the end. It did put them out of a bit of a disadvantage early on, but we'll see how they're able to stand versus TNC, because TNC also, when they drafted those team fights, they did look pretty hot. They were on fire.
So, I'm sure I don't need to tell you guys to not go anywhere, because you will be back, I'm sure, here for more action on the CORSAIR DreamLeague Season 9. Fnatic versus TNC will be up very shortly. We'll have a quick, probably brief 15-minute or so break. We'll pop a timer on your screen so you guys know when the game will begin. But myself and Fogged will see you in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for more Dota very shortly.